Hey y'all, hola mi gente, it's your favorite Georgia Rican, Kayla here.
Hola everyone, this is your Georgia boy Richie.
And we're coming at you live and in color. Y'all, so you're not gonna believe what happened to us, but we're gonna do a surf and turf. And it was kind of forced upon us because our upright freezer went kaput on us. And we just bought a fourth of a cow and chicken and stock and seafood and everything. So I had these lovely lobster tails that we were gonna do for Father's Day and some yummy steaks. But because our freezer is thawing out everything, we're just gonna have to do Father's Day today. So, and we got some shrimp because that was thawed out too. And we decided let's just do Father's Day grill today and do a surf and turf. We can't wait for you to come along. Rich is gonna be doing some of his magic. He already filleted, or I don't even know what this is called, butterfly this lobster tail. And he has his not so recent anymore go-to steak seasoning marinade. And we're gonna do just some simple, delicious butter, garlic, and herbs and seasoning for this lobster and the shrimp. We're gonna do skewers on the shrimp if we can find any.
And the whole meal takes about 30 minutes to cook. About 20 minutes to marinate and about 30 minutes to cook. So less than an hour, you can be eating a nice surf and turf meal.
So basically we're marinating for 30 minutes and cooking for less, like 10 minutes, is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Awesome. So let's get grilling. Hey y'all, so this is what you're gonna need for your oh my god, my freezer went out surf and turf. We got some Creole seasonings, real butter, salted, some lemons. We got parsley and cilantro here, fresh garlic. We have our lobster tails ready to be done like this one. We have some shrimp with some blackened and Old Bay seasonings that we're gonna do for those. Now we have our T-bones and some, I think, sirloins maybe. And we have, of course, our trusty adobo, Dale's Montreal steak, extra virgin olive oil, and vinegar. We're gonna make a marinade out of these and put it on these steaks and then grill all this on the grill. So this is what you need. Don't they look beautiful? Let's get grilling. So hey y'all, the first thing we're gonna do for our surf and turf is get our skewers ready for our shrimp. All you want to do is just get a little bit of a casserole dish, fill it up with water, just to cover your skewers. And the reason why you want to do this is because this is a very brittle, dry little steak. You put it on your grill, what do you think is going to happen? It's going to catch a flame. It's going to burn up on you. So we want to just soak them in the water so that when we're grilling, all we're cooking is our shrimp and not our stick. You know what I'm saying? So that's all we had to do. Is just stick it in this little bit of water. We're going to put it aside, let it do its thing, soak it up. And Rich is going to teach you real quick how he does his marinade.
Yep. And the first thing we're going to do is get us a quarter cup of water. My wife's making fun of me, but that's okay. We're going to add a quarter cup of olive oil. If you don't have olive oil, you can use regular oil. And let's see. Just a splash of vinegar. That's a splash. And then, let me give me a spoon. Mix that around. Then we're going to put some Montreal steak seasoning. 2 tablespoons. And the more steaks you have, the more Montreal seasoning you can do. I think we got 6, so that should do it. And then we're going to add a little bit of Dale seasoning. This is what gives it the flavor. I think I took that. Yeah. You can add as much of this as you like, or as little as you like.
How much would you say that is? quarter cup.
I'd say about
Another quarter cup.
a little over a quarter cup. Stir it around. And, oh yeah, y'all, we're not using adobo on these steaks because we're in Georgia.
Except on mine. Which one's mine?
It don't matter.
The one with the biggest fillet. Right here. Look, he's trying to get away with not. So now we know the biggest fillet is mine with adobo.
Well, this has plenty of flavor in it. You can add adobo if you want to. I normally don't. And
He's right, and it's so delicious without it. But I just wanted to tease it because we never put adobo on, and I was like, I'm gonna do it.
Pour it in a Ziploc bag, and then just add the steaks in here. And the longer you let these sit, the stronger the flavor is going to be. So if you let them sit for an hour, the flavor is going to be strong. That's why I usually like to let them marinate for about 30 minutes. And close it up. Shake it all around. And let it sit in the refrigerator. I usually leave mine out because I like them at room temperature before I throw them on the grill. And just set those aside. Hey y'all, we're going to take these lobster tails and we're going to cut it down the backbone with a pair of scissors. And the way they look like, they sit on top of the shell like this. And it's a little aggravating to do, but you can do it. Take the scissors and you want to just put it in the middle without cutting the meat very much, and just clip this tail back.
Be careful not to clip.
Be careful not to, you want to cut it all the way back to the tail. And you want to take these first two completely off right here, that way it sits nice and pretty. It gives you a good presentation. Make sure you get all the shell off. And then the next thing you do, you want to take your finger and slide it up underneath the bottom of the tail. And work your finger around to loosen the meat from the shell. And just work your finger around without breaking that shell. And just flip it on top. Once you get back to the tail. Okay. I'm just going to take it. I'm going to show you the there we go. That's how you do it, right there. That's what you want to set on the grill. And then you just keep doing it. We're going to do all these and we'll be right back.
Hey guys, now that Richie has cleaned and deveined his lobsters, what we're going to do is do a base for them. We're going to do the base for the lobsters and the shrimp. So we got 2 sticks of butter. We've already put about 5 cloves of garlic in here. It's just a matter of chopping and dropping in here. He has a burner on his grill that's going to melt this butter, and he's going to baste it as he cooks it, both the shrimp and the garlic and the lobster. So then we're going to get a little bit of lemon zest, because that's just going to amplify the flavor in your base. You don't have to put the lemon zest, but I just love it. We're going to use 2 whole lemons and about half of one, or you can do a whole. It's really up to you and your preference of how much lemon flavor you want. But I think lemon, butter, and garlic, they just go hand in hand with your seafood. All right. So now that we have that going, you know, I've told you this before, you want to roll your limes or lemons before you slice them and squeeze them because that's going to help release the juices. So now we got 2 lemons and we're just going to squeeze all that yummy goodness into our pot. We're going to use a little bit of Cajun seasonings. We're going to put a little cayenne just to give it a little bit of heat because my husband likes the cayenne flavor in here. And we're going to chop up some fresh parsley. I also have some cilantro. You can do that. I know a lot of people don't like cilantro, so you can leave that out. We're going to leave it out today because we're not going to put it in, but it's just an option for you. All right, y'all. I wish you could smell this. So that's basically it. Let's go ahead and put our dash or 2 of cayenne pepper.
Cayenne pepper.
We're going to do some coarse black pepper. It's about 2 teaspoons or so in here. Again, we did about, I don't know, how much garlic do we put in here?
We put about 5 cloves.
We put about 5 cloves, but I think I just heard my grandma tell me, girl, mijano, that's not enough. So let's just squeeze a couple more in here. Just because I want it to be an even ratio from the butter to garlic ratio. We got a lot of butter in here. We got 2 sticks of butter. So let's go ahead and put, and they were kind of on the small side. I mean, I literally just put 4 more cloves in here. Squeezing them in here. I love this little Pamper Chef garlic press. Just makes it great. And then we're going to put some Creole seasoning. You can put cayenne seasoning, Cajun seasoning, same thing, some Creole. It's going to give it a beautiful color. It's about 1 tablespoon in here. And this is, remember, it's the same thing we're going to use for our shrimp. We're just going to baste it on and it's going to be cooking the whole time. So it's going to be safe to double dip, okay? So now that we got our things ready, we're going to start skewing our shrimp. Let me show that real quick. I'm going to hand this over to Richie. He's going to go ahead and put it on the grill. Now I got my skewers that, remember, we soaked ahead of time. I got to chop up my parsley real quick before he leaves. Let me grab that real quick. Almost forgot. You can do as little or as much as you want. I did a pretty healthy. And you want to kind of mince these. You know, it's gonna shrink up a little bit once the heat gets to it, but you don't want, well, at least I don't want a big piece of leaf. There's something about parsley. To me, it's very herby, very earthy smell. All right. All right, this looks good. Bring it closer, thank you. All right, so that's ready to go on the grill.
There's one more thing that we need, and we need to quarter this lemon up, put it in there. We're gonna grill these a little bit. I'm just gonna
What's your fingers?
put it in wedges like this. Just put them
Straight in there?
straight in there.
So talk about lemony.
Yeah.
That's
Plenty of
gonna,
lemon.
that's gonna really concentrate the flavor. All right, now we have our skewers. And simply, you wanna go through both sides of your shrimp. You can do a dry rub on these or not. We're simply gonna go ahead and put that same base that we're doing for our lobster, we're gonna do it for our shrimp. Looks like we got 2 different size shrimp in here. And I'm gonna go ahead and start with just like 5 to 6 per skewer. There we go. Just simple as that. I'll show you another one. But these are a little bit smaller. So these smaller shrimp, you can probably put a whole dozen and then give that to your family member or friend. And just be mindful that the smaller they are, the faster they'll cook. We're gonna keep on doing this and we'll be right back. We just dusted them a little bit with some blackened seasonings and these are ready for the grill, y'all.
Hey y'all, we're ready to grill these delicious steaks, and I've tossed them about 4 times and we're ready to put them on the grill at about 500 degrees. The one thing I like about these Webers, it does have a sear station especially for grilling steaks, so we're gonna go ahead and throw these on there. So we're ready to put them on there. And if y'all can see that these marinated real good. They got plenty of seasoning on them. I gotta try to get this one back out.
Look at that coloring. That's mine.
And you can take the rest of this seasoning and you can just baste it on here. Give it, you know, more of a flavor.
It's just at the
So
first.
be careful because your grill will flare up.
For that oil. So we just do that and that's the last time?
Yep. We're going to let these cook about 3 or 4 minutes on each side and pull them off.
Our butter is getting nice and yummy. These are about ready to come out so we can grill them.
Just to recap, guys, we got these steaks at 500 degrees for about 4 minutes right now, and we're ready to flip them. So let's go ahead and flip them.
And then we're gonna do it for 5 more minutes. Let's see. Oh yeah. And when you got a good grill, you might flare up for a second or two, but it calms down. You treat it right, it's gonna treat you right. I'm telling you, he is a grill master. This is from that cow that we bought.
Alright, we're going to let them go for about 4 minutes. And that should give us about a medium rare. If you want it longer, turn the burners down and let it sit on the grill a little bit longer. Hey guys, these steaks are looking amazing. We're actually ready to take them off. These steaks are about 1 inch thick, and that's about all you need for a medium rare. The longer you let them sit when you take them off the grill, remember they're going to keep cooking. So be aware of that. And also, if you have a thicker steak, the longer it's going to take to grill it. If you got a 2 inch steak, it's going to take longer. So you might want to adjust your heat a little bit. So right now we're just going to go ahead and take these off and see what they look like. Those look delicious. Oh yeah. Hey guys, one tip I want to say is on these T-bones, they have a bone in the middle, and a great way if you can cook them early if you're going to eat them later is to put them in a cooler and just let them sit there for 4 or 5 hours, and I promise you they'll be tender and they'll be hot and they'll be good. Alright guys, we're ready to do our lobster tails, and they cook about 8 minutes total. And we're going to put them on there and we're going to start basting them at about 1.5 to 2 minutes, and we're going to keep doing that until they're done. They usually cook around 140 degrees, and when they reach that, they're done. Lobster is very delicate and it can go wrong very quickly. So let's get started.
And what is your temperature set at?
350 to 400.
Don't those look amazing? And even though we're putting them on direct heat, because they're on their shell, it's almost like indirect heat. So it's kind of a protective barrier. But you know how it is. If you overcook seafood, if you've ever had lobster, it can be succulent and juicy, or it can be rubbery and tough.
Now we're going to put these shrimp skewers on there, but we're going to put them just on the top grill here, so they can, because then we know they're going to cook faster.
Uh-oh.
All right. We're going to let those cook for a few minutes and then start basting. Smells good.
It's amazing. You can be very generous with your seasonings. And nope, we got one lobster that wants to go overboard. We'll just straighten him up a little bit. I'm right-handed. I'm trying to do this with my left hand. Maybe Richie can do it. Just open up that shell and let it get inside a little bit. There you go. All right.
We're basting them for the last time to get them off of here. They look beautiful.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and put these bad boys on. And y'all, I ain't gonna kid you. This is my first time ever grilling lobster tails. So, all right, guys, we're ready to take our shrimp off and get ready to eat. And oh yeah, forgot, this is the second time I've grilled lobster tails, but I didn't butterfly them the first time. I just put them on there. So,
well, they turned out awesome, honey. Ooh, look at this. Mi gente, y'all. Can y'all see this?
smell good.
All right. They ready?
Yep.
All right, let's get these bad boys on. We're gonna eat this with those wonderful steaks and a baked potato. I can't wait to give y'all a live taste. Yum! Y'all, come on now. You see this? They've been resting and they're ready to get eaten. So we're about to taste these and these. Oh my gosh, our freezer went out. Surf and turf. Forgot to tell you, go ahead and reserve some of that mixture so then you can dip your, lobster or whatnot in it. Let's get to tasting. What? OMG, y'all. These are amazing. He did such a good job on all this. So we're going to go ahead and taste. I know which one mine is because I have the bigger fillet. You'll see how juicy that is. What? Or I'm going to let him eat some of mine because we're going to taste this right now for you guys. And some of this shrimp. And then a lobster tail. Which one do you want to grab?
It don't matter. You can grab that one.
And this one. All on this plate. Okay. So, right off the bat, I'm telling you, this, I don't even know why I needed a knife really. This filet, you see how perfect that is? Medium.
Dip it in here.
Oh my God.
Let's see what this tastes like.
I'm trying to steak.
That is wonderful.
Yep.
I'm gonna eat one more.
That Montreal steak seasoning and that Dale's combination really is hard to beat. If you want a bold taste on your steak, try it out. It's so good. Of course, like you said, the longer you let it marinate, the stronger it is. So be careful because it is strong.
Excuse me.
But oh my gosh, it's so good, y'all.
Let's try the
Look at this.
let's try the New York strip part of this.
Show them how it looks. Alright, my turn for this shrimp. And see how it barely burnt? If we would not soak these, it would have totally burnt up.
That's the strip part of it. It's very delicious.
And dip it in this butter sauce. This butter lemon. Oh my gosh. Y'all.
Let's take this off the shell. No problem.
Alright. We took it off the shell. Now we're gonna cut it up and dip it in our
Sauce.
Y'all, that sauce is a bomb. These are juicy and tender. I can't even explain how good these are. What you think? Delicious, huh? Alright.
I won't say I'm glad the freezer went out, but because we can't find one within 5 states.
It's crazy.
The closest one I found actually is in Puerto Rico.
It is true.
So
Was it Costco or Sam's?
I can't remember. I think it was actually Home Depot.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was Home Depot in Puerto Rico, but for pickup only.
Yes.
We may have to go to Puerto Rico just to get a freezer.
Everybody has bought freezers. We don't understand it. So.
Well, the manufacturers haven't opened because of COVID, so. But my sister's in Puerto Rico right now, so maybe we can have her pick it up. Well, again, this is oh my gosh, a home run.
Yes, it is.
So from my kitchen or his grill to yours, buen provecho.
Adios.
Enjoy your meal.